glasses.
The constant battle when you wear glasses. That's why I always wear contacts, because the glares. I don't know how to get rid of it. So we're live.
You're using the camera on your computer, right, Bree?
I am.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, there's two Brees, so we're probably both
that's
going to answer
right.
every time.
That's right. We're doing
No.
good.
Forget y'all. I can't see.
Do you really need to be able to see?
Girl, I would be looking crazy.
I don't think I've ever seen you without your glasses.
It's crazy because I had eye surgery and it lasted for 4 years. And then I went to get a driver's license and I had to take the test. And they was like, girl, you need some glasses.
Wow. Wow.
It lasted like exactly 4 years. We live. Hi.
Hi, guys.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. We can start talking.
Yeah, I mean, well, why don't we introduce ourselves first? Beth, we'll start with you.
Okay, well, I am Steph from Steph's Romance Book Talk, and I am all about romance, of course, on my channel. Like, I very rarely deviate. And yeah, that's me. That's me.
All professional with her headphones.
Hi, I'm Avery from Avery Loves Books, and I read a lot of romance too.
Avery.
Zay, you want to go?
Am I next?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hi. I'm Zay. Yes.
Our friend.
Echo. So sorry about that. Yeah, my name is Zay. My name is Azadra now, but I'm Witty Reads on Instagram.
It's so nice having you, girl.
I know. I was like looking for any excuse to have her on a live show with me. I'm like, I just want to talk to her.
We're bringing you out of the shell. We're like, get on camera.
I made a whole readathon just so I could talk to you guys during a live show.
Hello, I'm Bree Hill. Thank you to Bree for having me on. It was so fun. And I'm on Instagram at All Romance. Bringing one. Look at Charles. He's looking the thing.
Oh, is he finally? He can be on time for Brielle's, live show, but for his own live show when he's a guest with people, he wants to be late. Okay, I see how it is, Charles. I see how it is.
So now that Charles is here, let's talk about Sarah J. Maas.
Okay.
Look, Charles probably read like 100 books this week. He has to outdo everybody.
Yeah, Charles and Steph and Jen probably read the most books out of everybody.
You're not wrong, probably.
Yes, Charles gets dragged every time.
Every time, because he comes on to our live shows, other people's live shows, and he's trying to drag us. So yes. Yes.
So how did the readathon go for everybody? Let's start with how many books total that you guys read versus how many you wanted to read.
So I had 29 books on my TBR. And I ended up reading 11 of them. I was so surprised by that. It ended up being 11 because I ended up finishing a book right before this, like 2 hours ago. I finished the last book that I'm going to count for the readathon, being that we went from Monday to Sunday, because usually I do all of my like counts and reviews and things like that from Sunday to Saturdays. So I ended up getting an extra day, which was awesome. And I'm loving these numbers in the comments section.
Yeah.
Heather's getting exposed, or Naima's getting exposed by Heather.
Oh my gosh, Heather. You might know I didn't read the most. I just saw her comment.
Aww.
We love you.
11 books is really good in 7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And I did that live reading of one of them, which was like super emotional.
I loved that.
Oh my gosh. It was so off the cuff. And yeah, it's like I finished the book that very next morning and pretty much spent, what was it, Tuesday, I think it was? I ended up spending the day, like the morning, talking to the author about the book and then just being all in the emotions. So the next book that I picked up was awesome. It was a rom-com and, got me out of it.
I have not had that experience. I want that experience of like a book just gutting me and like it's hard to move on. I know I haven't had it all this year. And I want it. You read more emotional books than me though. I don't read emotional books.
Well, that's probably why.
So, Avery, how many books did you read and your goals?
I had a goal to read 6 books, and I read 8 1/4, but I did not read, I maybe read 2 books on my TBR, 3, so I strayed a lot, which is very normal for me.
TBRs are made to stray.
Yes, they are. Hence the reason I had 29 books on mine. So
exactly. See, that way she wouldn't have to stray. She just put them all on there.
Yep.
There you go.
Behind the Bars is my favorite. I cried for that one too. It's really good.
That's one Brittany C. Cherry I haven't read.
That's a good one.
There's
no failing. 2 books is still good.
Yeah.
Yes. Zaya, what was yours?
Okay, so I read 6 books. I put 5 on Instagram because I can't read, because I can't count. But I read 6. And I definitely strayed away from my TBR. I only read 2 out of the 4 on my TBR. I'm a mood reader, so my mood was like, nope. So but it was really good. I read some really good books. So I'm happy with it. It was a good week.
Mood starts calling, girl.
Yeah.
That's right.
The mood. So I didn't really have a TBR because I knew I had to read for school. So I could count those because they were on my iPad, but I'm not.
There you go.
I ended up reading 9 books. I read 9 books. I read a graphic novel at the beginning of the week. And then I just read novellas starting Thursday because I was like, I gotta catch up. All my friends are probably on their 10th book. So yeah, that's where we went. We read some novellas.
Wow.
So
I must say I did read. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I had 6 on my TBR and I read 7.
Ooh,
So
nice.
Steph, you're getting called out.
Okay. I see how it is. I do. I talk to a whole bunch of authors, y'all. I do.
She be at them signings, girl. She be at them signings.
Yes. We besties. We be besties.
So bad.
So,
and
this is actually the author that I had talked to this week. This one, because I've talked to, how many authors have I talked to this week? Let's see, 3 of them.
Are you being like, why does the character have to die? What are you saying?
That's true. What do you say to that?
So, for Ellie's book, we kind of just talked about the premise of it and why it wrecked me so much. It's an emotional read that you just kind of need to go into without really knowing anything that's going to go on, and be completely surprised like I was throughout the reading of it. And then, of course, Amy, I was talking to her about books. and getting my shipment. And let me think.
No, that's Rebecca Yarros. Who's Amy? Who's Amy? You
Amy
That's the first name. She doesn't have to say the last name. It's like me and A, we're like.
Let me call Bev, Queen Bev. Me and
Amy Dawes. And then it was Rachel Robinson was the other one that, we've messaged back and forth. She's the one that sent me a copy, an art copy of the book that I ended up reading this week. So yeah. Yes.
Whatever, girl. This has just been call out after call out. Okay, let's move on. Before anybody else gets called out. We're only 11 minutes in.
11 minutes in, yeah. We already started.
After drag.
Yes, a very loving.
Yeah, Charles. And so how did you get hooked up with Lauren Smith, though, Charles? Thank you very much.
Jeff is out here mingling with the peasants.
We are not worthy.
Oh my gosh. Can you text Kennedy Ryan and ask her to send me the grip series?
Now, see, we're not like that. I wish I was like that with Kennedy, but there are some other booktubers that are like, I guess, on that level. So, I do love Kennedy like that, but we're not on that level, unfortunately.
No.
Heather, bye.
There's some fights going on in the chat.
Right?
But it was a lot. I saw a lot of. I got a lot of messages from people that were just like, "Oh my gosh, thank y'all for doing this." Like, I think everybody neglects their Kindle. I mean, out of sight, out of mind. But then there's people that I know that like that's all they read on. So it was cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely one of the people that neglects it.
Yeah. Me too.
That was super awesome. All the people reaching out and stuff like that. I had to go and following the hashtag was awesome to find new Instagrammers and things like that, and to be able to look up everybody's videos and stuff if they hashtagged it right.
I found new bookstagrammers. I found new YouTubers and stuff, and I found so many books to read. Jen talked about that in her wrap up or her vlog that she had about how she added more books to her Kindle, and I'm like, babe.
Oh my god!
I probably have more, in all honesty.
I don't even.
I have way too many ebook hauls, so.
I love y'all's ebook book hauls because I really just go on there for like Kindle Unlimited, and I really just add stuff so I don't forget about it, and then hope that it doesn't go away. But I need to start buying ebooks a lot more because they're just cheaper. I don't know what my deal is. And
anytime I read on my Kindle, I really enjoy it. Like, I don't know why I neglect it so much. I think like you said, it's out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. But yeah, this has helped me a lot because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten to any of the books that I read this week.
It really also helped me like going through and figuring out my TBR to see like all those past books that I've bought and be like, oh yeah, I really wanted to read that, or I can't believe I haven't gotten to that yet, and so many books I'm like, I should have already read this book and I haven't yet.
So this is a good question. So everyone, what was your favorite read at this readathon? Let's get our notes, our Goodreads open so we can start adding. Who's got paper?
I have a whole notebook. We got the whole notebook going.
Yes. So what was your favorite?
I think I had two favorites, kind of. But go ahead. Somebody go.
A lot of favorites.
Somebody else can go first.
Okay.
So it doesn't feel like I'm monopolizing everything, making it all about me.
Only When It's Us is by far my favorite. It's like probably going to be a favorite of the year. I'm so excited to read book 2. Zay, you've been telling me to read book 2.
Oh, you're going to love it. It has everything you want.
No, I'm so excited. What was that?
What's it called?
What was it called again?
Only When It's Us by Chloe Leese. This one has a deaf hero, and he used to be a soccer player, and then the heroine is a soccer player. And I don't know, there's like some emotional stuff in it too. It's not like over the top emotional, but it's like it's enemies to lovers-ish, but it's more like they just tease each other a little bit and they like to kind of poke at each other. And it's so good. It's so freaking good. It had so many things that I love in it.
I want to read it so bad.
And it's on Kindle Unlimited.
Ooh.
I'm gonna get
Nice.
And then I loved Sacrifice by Katie Robert. That's her paranormal.
That's her new one, right?
Yeah,
Paranormal.
Mhm.
Triple MF.
Yes,
New
which I
series
didn't
that
know.
you're starting.
This one, it was also my most surprising read because I didn't know it was a polyamorous. I didn't know it was MMMF. So when that happened, I was like, oh, that's a nice surprise.
Yeah, I've been wanting paranormal, and I've been wanting paranormal by women of color. So like I went on Kindle Unlimited, and you got to do some digging. But there are some out there. I did read a novella, and I'm excited to like read the rest of the series. So that's another positive out of doing this is like if you actually explore Kindle Unlimited, there's a lot of stuff out there, and I do better with that.
Like really good books too out there.
So my favorite, like I said, I had 2. So the first one, Real Z Adams, y'all. Go deep. Everybody was talking about a couple months ago. So I pulled her up, and she has a book called Love in the Time of Corona.
Oh, sweet God. Oh.
And okay, so y'all know, we want more romances with weird couples in it. The couple's married, but they're getting a divorce. He's like he makes games, and he put work first. And the wife, her mom, before she died, she made her promise, like, don't ever stay with a man that makes you lose your dignity and respect. Because her mom was always trying to be good enough for her dad. And then her mom dies of cancer. And so he's like putting work first. She files for divorce. That's all happened like as the book starts. And then it's just like him having to realize like, yeah, dude, you kind of messed up. But then her having to realize like he worked hard because he wanted to be good enough for you. It was so good. And it's a novella. So I love
the coronavirus novella too.
And like when they went to their divorce meeting, one of the lawyers had went overseas and came back, and he had corona. So they had to quarantine together for 2 weeks.
Wait, is this the one that the TV show is based off of?
I don't know.
Oh, is it?
I don't know.
I wasn't sure.
It's a novella. Maybe it is. I don't know.
It's a TV show?
Because there's is it HBO or Stars? One of those premium channels has a Love in Time of Corona or something like that miniseries going on, either like right now or it's about to come out, something like that. And I'm just like, no more coronavirus stuff. No more.
The worst
one was so Frankie Love. Y'all know I've been reading her like ridiculous novella series. It's all like food pun titles.
Yeah.
She has a nonfiction novella called Hustling Hard for a Happily Ever After and How I Made Dreams a Reality, One Mantra at a Time. And it was all like, you know, I was like, why do Kindle Unlimited authors like push out books so fast, you know? And in her case, it was like she adopted kids, she had kids. Her husband's a teacher, so they had been living off his salary, and it's like, we need the money. So like she's just like pushing these books out fast because they got like 6 kids. But it was so good. It was so good. And it's like 40-something pages. So I much respect to her because that girl can write her some quick books. I will. Theodora, I've seen her.
Theodora Taylor.
I did not know she was a Black author.
Yeah.
And I've read
doesn't have a picture, I think.
Yeah, I know she doesn't. But I read one of the 50 states, and I was not a fan of it. I think they had one of the 50 States books on the Read Me Romance podcast, and I wasn't a fan, but I have heard other good things about some of her other stuff. So she hasn't been completely written off.
You didn't do the dance stuff.
No, I didn't do the dance. Didn't do the dance.
You did not do the jingle.
I said it in my head. So my favorite is actually 2 books, and it's Bared Souls by Ellie Wade. Just because it wasn't really a romance, it's more of a love story, and when you read it and experience, you will understand why I say it's a love story and it's not a romance. And then Legacy by Rachel Robinson, which is about her Navy SEALs, Rachel's Navy SEAls, mashing up with Corinne Michael's Navy SEAls and coming together into this book, and it's amazing, and I loved it.
That's really cool how they did a mashup.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's all of the whole Salvation Society, and I'm really, really loving it. The new 5 are out today. So, and I reviewed all 5 of them this weekend for this. So I had 5.
That's a series that you were like, you thought you had more time, but it came out a lot earlier than you thought.
Yeah, because I thought it came out on the 6th, which is 2 days from now on Tuesday, but it actually came out today, and I was like, oh. So I crammed them all in yesterday and just stayed in bed, which is why my daily reel for yesterday is just all the reviews. Bam, 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 because that's all I did starting Friday night was read Salvation series books so that I can make sure I had all the reviews done for today's video.
Is Corinne Michaels mostly indie?
Yes. She's actually completely indie. I think she only has 1 book right now that's traditionally published, and then she also has 2. Is it 2? 1, 2? Yeah, 2 books that she wrote with Melanie Harlow.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like their together.
So another one is she actually lives right down the street from me.
Oh my gosh. You guys hang out?
Text her and tell her to send me a bookmark.
She's in California right now, so
of course you know.
I can't text her and be like, hey, Corinne.
I need to move to the East Coast. So nobody lives down here. Except Avery.
Sorry, I'm trying to.
Who hasn't told us their favorite?
My favorite, I unfortunately didn't get any 5 stars, but that's okay. But my favorite out of the bunch is definitely my first read, which was Blindfall by Amanda Milo, which was the alien romance with our blind heroine.
I'm writing it down.
That's the one with the dog on the cover, right?
Yeah, it's the one with the German Shepherd on the cover because that's her guide dog. Desi recommended it to me, and it was so sweet. It's not like a romance where if you want like action or alien stuff, like this is just like a sweet romance where like this alien works on a farm and this girl comes to live with him because he rescued her from being auctioned off, and they just have a cute little sweet romance together on a farm.
A sweet alien romance.
We love a farm, Sadie.
Yes.
Is it a farm on Earth or is it a farm on another planet?
It's like a farm. It's like a farming world. It's also, it says it's number like 6 or 5 in a series, which they're like basically standalone books. Like none of the characters pop up that were in previous ones, so you can read it by itself.
What about you, Zay?
Okay, so I have 2. Well, really I have 3, but I'm really trying really hard to just pick 2. So the first one is Truth or Beard by Penny Reed. So I actually had people choose for me because I didn't know if I should read Really Screwed or Truth or Beard, and I had like 30 replies. Everyone was like, you have to read Truth or Beard. Like, it's my favorite book. And I loved it. It was so cute. At first, I was like, oh, I don't know. not what I was expecting, but I absolutely loved it. I loved the writing. I became super obsessed, and it's different than other small town romances that I read. So I really loved that one. And then I read The Silent Waters by Brittany C. Cherry, and I just cried like so much. It was so beautiful.
It's so good. It's my favorite Brittany C. Cherry. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Me too. Yeah.
I'm so excited and happy that you read it.
Her books aren't small. You read one. I mean, Jesus. Okay, keep going, Faye.
What were you gonna say? Go ahead.
Her books are not small. Like I was thinking of reading The Wreckage of Us, and I was like, "There's no way I'll read this in a week."
I listened to it on audio, so like it went through really. It was 9 hours, so it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. But that one just like, oh my gosh, tore my heart out and stumped on it.
Do you speed your books up, Zay?
What'd you
Do
say?
you speed your books up?
Yes. I start out like 1.8, but I got up to like 3 point, like with this one, I was like, okay, I need to get through it. We need to get going. But yeah, I did. I do. So it was really quick.
Yay, she's
Okay.
on the staff listener team.
Is there anyone who listens to it on 1 point speed? Like, can anyone tolerate that?
No.
Sarah's. I think Sarah listens at like 1.5. She doesn't like 2 point and up. And I'm like, Sarah, what are you doing?
I saw a TikTok. So this account like puts little snippets of like the ACOTAR audiobook on their account. It just popped up on my For You page one time, and it was on normal speed, and like the narrator speaking for Farah in like the ACOTAR book, and I'm like, this is the normal speed. Like this is ridiculous. I even commented, I was like, I can't believe like this sounds like she's talking in slow-mo. Like it's not, and this is normal speed. I could not do that.
No way.
I'm a daydreamer, so if it's too slow, like having it fast makes me like really pay attention. Otherwise, I'm like, what do I need to get from the grocery store?
Right.
Like everything else. And it drives like Scribd, they only have 2 times speed, and that drives me nuts.
Yeah. Someone was saying that if you put it, I think on the last readathon, that if you put it on like the browser, that it'll play it faster. But I think there's some issues with that though. Jen, I only slow down for the sex scene.
Hey, I'll just replay it.
Rewind.
No, I don't think I could ever do like a slow sex scene either, because I think that would drive me crazy. They're like, oh my God, can we get through it? Because some of the sex scenes I read are like 5, 6, 10 pages long, and I'm gonna need you to. We need to get through it. Get to it. Like,
pages.
Yes. I love me some foreplay.
Pages.
How did you guys read most of your books? Did you read them mostly on Kindle? Did you listen to it? Did you do Alexa?
Text to speech.
1, 2.
I'll just open it in the browser. Okay.
Yeah, it was
okay.
Half of my books were ebook, and then the other half were audio. So 4 and 4.
Mm-hmm. I surprisingly read mostly on Kindle. I didn't listen to any audiobooks this time. I did have Alexa read to me 2 books, I think, and then the rest I ended up physically reading.
Mm-hmm.
And usually it takes me a long time.
I'm on Alexa just so I can listen to, because does Alexa sound better than the text to speech on the iPad?
It does, because
but Alexa only goes up to 2 though, doesn't she?
Yeah, she doesn't go a lot faster.
She only goes up to 2. She doesn't go faster.
Well, we need to get Alexa at some.
Yes, get Alexa some speed, which is why I went back to just text to speech, because I tried Alexa.
Samantha only goes up to 2 too on text.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I have mine on Joe, and Joe goes to 4 times speed, and
Wow,
I be
Joe.
jamming him out.
I don't want
Joe.
Joe narrating to me. No. Samantha be doing the job. Charles
Joe works
audiobooks
it
are
out.
nothing. We know books on
Except he's
Yes.
been buying books lately and going to the library.
know.
And the library. Yes.
Who is this monster we've created?
So text to
Oh,
speech. So Alexa will read to you if you have the book on your Kindle. She will not read ARCs though, unfortunately. And then text to speech is just for visually impaired. So I think you just change the setting on your Kindle and they'll read it too. It's very robotic though. It takes some getting used to.
That's
And
what I
they'll-
can't do it. I can't do the robot voice. I even did that. In high school, I had a really hard time reading textbooks. I still have a hard time reading textbooks, but I tried to do that, and I just couldn't. I couldn't understand any of it. Yeah.
See, that's what got me into it when, like, I didn't know what Steph was talking about at first. And then I was like, once I figured it out, I had been listening to school books with it. So I was like, oh, I'm used to this already. So it was like an easy transition. It is robotic. And she'd be like, MMMHM.
My favorite
Yes.
is
a little awkward.
H.
she pronounces abs ABS. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is ABS?
Look, I finished.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I had a character.
Cotton candy.
Yay! I had a character. His name was Oliver, and the nickname was Ollie. So she kept saying OL. I'm like, what? Who? Oh, Ollie. Oh, okay. But I read 7 in text to speech and then 3 audiobooks, it looks like. So
Are there any arcs that people are dying to get? I wanted that Christina Lauren, but I got it. So I don't know.
Lucky duck.
No, like what is even coming out? I don't know. Y'all, I don't know.
I got the new romance book club book that Jen read, and she
Yeah,
really liked it. I'm excited to read it.
Let me guess, Steph.
Did you read
it? You didn't like it,
which
Steph?
one?
The romance book club book, the third one.
What one?
The third one. Crazy Stupid Romance? Is that
I haven't read it yet.
Is it a bunny or a cat?
I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
I don't remember.
It's a cat.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a cat. She has a cat's cafe. It is a really cute
Oh.
cover.
So maybe that one. Maybe that's one.
I already got it, so I'm not anticipating it. I don't.
Y'all, I'm staying off NetGalley. I'm staying off of there until I have everything that I'm reading right now done.
Charles,
Oh, you a lie. I like books, unlike you.
Yeah,
Mr.
Charles is
One
the
Star
king
King.
of 1 stars.
King
although
of 1
Charles
star.
has been giving a lot of, he's been giving a lot of 4 and 5 stars for the readathon though. I was like, who are you?
Yeah.
I gave
He'll
my
get
first
into a slump
star
again.
in one. I gave
You
my
gave
first
your first
star
1 star?
in once.
Oh no.
Really?
What happened?
Oh, did you give that book a 1 star that we talked about?
No, not that one. I didn't read that one.
Okay.
I didn't. I wasn't feeling an arc, and so I DNF'd it. That's what Steph's talking about. But no, I read. So I wasn't feeling the book that I picked for the oldest book on my TBR, and I realized the oldest books in my TBR, I'm just not feeling at all anymore. Like I don't like them at all. But I tried to do one because I wanted to get that prompt done. I wanted to say that I did it, and so I tried reading a paranormal romance, and it was poop. It was bad. It was really bad. It's a wolf shifter romance that was utter crap. Like, not good. And I'm so mad at myself that I actually finished it. Like, I shouldn't have finished it. No.
Heather is dragged.
She is dragged.
See, I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing around y'all. Nothing around y'all. Dang. But then again, I kind of do feel that way with some of my my some of my indie authors. If I want a book, I'm just gonna contact them.
I could not do that. I thought anxiety's too high for that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you are really actually providing them a service. So much props to you. But girl, I'd be like, I got backlist books I really want to get to. I'm not.
I was just going to say authors must love you stuff because that's awesome for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did anyone DNF anything?
No.
Yep, I did.
Almost did. But I didn't. Yep. Y'all know I get in my mood where I really want to read lesbian novellas. I read one today. Enough a 22-page book, right?
Oh yeah, how do you? It must have been pretty bad.
How do you do that for 22? Oh my gosh!
Seducing Professor Diaz. Now let's think of the logistics here. 2 women having sex in the classroom on a desk when the rest of the class is there watching a movie. I was just like, there's no way they wouldn't get caught. There was no way. But I had to finish.
Unless she wasn't good at what she was doing.
Pages. If it wasn't 22 pages, it would have been
What?
Wow.
Wow.
I have to. Somebody has to read the trash that's on Kindle Unlimited, and it can be me or under 50 pages.
That's true. Wow, Heather DNF'd 14 books in September.
Wow,
that is crazy.
I have a hard time DNFing books. You know, like I could just finish it and add it to my account, but then I'm like, but I'm not enjoying it. Like it's that balance I have to figure out. You know.
I don't really DNF because I feel like I'm a picky reader. Like I really think about what I want to read for a long time before I do it. So when I pick it up, it's like, I really want to read this book.
Yeah. Plus you guys seem to like when I like almost DNF a book. So I'll hate read it and then come on and rant about it during my weekly.
Yes.
Crackalicious stuff.
Yes. The ratchetness. Charles knows because I'm still waiting on him to message me about the ratchet book he was reading about a month ago. There is some stuff. What is the guy's name that writes like the dinosaur romance?
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh!
Wait! So the worst one I've ever seen by him. Y'all know you saw the cover for like the coronavirus one that Izzy was talking about with the green dude on the cover, right?
Mm-hmm.
That one
green lady, yeah.
The one that he made, that guy that you're talking about, Bree. He made one during like the whole height of it, like a couple months ago, the coronavirus. And it was like, it's a woman on the cover and then a hand with eyes. It's like getting off during the coronavirus.
No.
And that's the book.
I gotta pull it out. That is, and you have like they're not on Kindle Unlimited. He wants money for his books.
See, if they were on Kindle Unlimited, I'd read one to see how funny it is. I'm not gonna spend money
I'm
on
not paying $3. Chuck Tingle. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's his name. Kissing Coronavirus. Izzy read that one, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty sure she
really wonder like if it's a girl, if it's a woman like writing under a man's name. I don't know. Space Raptor Butt Invasion.
I think we decided on one of our read along lives we'll do a dramatic reading of a book like that.
That would be
should be a prompt. Just go to Chuck Tingle's backlist. They are hilarious. So what was y'all's least favorite? Or did you have anything disappointing?
Yeah, they probably go hand in hand. Mine was the arc that I read. I was very disappointed by Well Played. I wanted to
I didn't like Well Met.
I liked Well Met. I didn't love it, but I liked it. But Well Played had such potential. for me because there was like pining in it, but then catfishing, and it was awful. And it was like the hero did not like grovel at all. It was just he lied, and he was obviously had some self-esteem issues that never got worked out, and it made me so
You
sad.
read it Tuesday?
Yes, I think so.
Zay, you read it too? Have you read it?
No, I still have to read it.
I didn't have.
Man, I was excited for that. Darn.
It was pretty disappointing. I mean, I guess if people are okay with the catfishing thing and they can forgive that, then they might like it. But it went on for far too long, and it was easily forgiven.
Disappointed and sad in it.
Oh my goodness.
She had a good reason for it. But I liked that. So by Alexandria House, I think it is. It's the one where they
and that one was getting good reviews. That's by Alexandria House.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Googling that.
It's super short. I think the audiobook's only like 2 hours, and the audiobook's really, really good though.
Oh Lord. All the stuff that pulls up when you type in set in the Goodreads. Okay, I'll look it up. I just want to know what y'all are talking about. There's a podcast where celebrities read Chuck Tinkle stories.
Is there really? That's great.
That's funny.
Steph, there are I think 2 romance podcasts that are kind of like Read Me Romance now. Like there are more podcasts coming out of people reading erotica and stuff. I'm like, okay, romance podcasts. Read your romance.
Have y'all read Heidi's Guide to 4-Letter Words?
I love it. Oh, it's so good, Avery.
So good.
Zay, you ever read it?
Yes, I love it.
And I love that Andy Arndt is the one who wrote it, and she's a narrator. Yeah. So she's so funny. And so the acting was really good in it too.
Yeah, because whenever I think about romance podcasts, I automatically think of that book. And that book is one of the funniest books I've ever read in my entire life.
Her mom.
Yes!
Or however you say her stinking name. So
Andy,
that the guide to 4-letter words.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like Tara, however you pronounce her stinking name.
Lord.
Yeah.
Is that the other author?
I liked that book though. Yeah, that's the other author. So
why don't you like her? Can you say?
Spill the tea, Steph.
I know, we want the tea.
You done already brewed the tea. Now go ahead and spill it.
So I met her. I'm very nice at the table, and then she decided to say something about the way that I pronounce her name, and publicly, on Facebook, back when Facebook was the rage where you go for all book stuff. And she's like, this is how you pronounce my name and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like,
wow, I can't believe she took to Facebook for that.
Man, I can't believe how sensitive people are.
I'm gonna need you to slow down. You're from Ohio.
I mean, if we can pull up a YouTube video and hear you say it, you gotta give us a pass, okay?
Yeah.
Some stuff is just hard.
It is. I would assume that someone who has a weird or a unique spelling of a name automatically assumes that it's going to be pronounced weird. I already automatically know no one's going to get my last name right no matter what the first time. So I don't really care,
That is so true. Oh, I can't remember where I was. Somebody was doing a live show on Instagram and it was should authors stay off Twitter? And I was like, yes and no. They just need to stop getting on there and being sensitive and having drama. Just promote your books.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So her name is like, it's Tara. So it just depends on where you're from, how you're going to say her name. So it's really weird.
Oh, she wasn't mad about the last name.
Yeah.
It was the first name.
See,
I would say
like some people say Tara, some people say Tara.
Oh,
that too.
That's weird. Like, of all things, were you like casting her or something?
And then
or
her last name is Civic, like Honda Civic.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Oh, I always pronounce it Civec. Oops.
Yeah,
Corey
it's Civic, like Honda Civic.
Kardashians are the only reason people know how to say her name. Chloe, how does anybody get Chloe wrong? Chloe. Like, what are they saying?
I don't know. People sometimes get my first name right. I think it's self-explanatory.
It's understandable, Deja.
Deja, I don't know. Your name is pretty much spelled out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one ever gets my name right.
I know. I messaged Zay before this. I'm like, all right, is it Zay or Zaya?
It's that's my nickname.
But see, I read it and then I never know if I'm saying it in my head right, and that goes for names in books and everything too.
Heather's so crazy. She said, I'm Heather. Not too many issues there. Classic Heather. So what are y'all going to read? Like, so now the readathon's over. What are we reading next?
I'm starting to binge on all my Audible Escape books now because they have that Audible Escape to the End readathon. Yes. So now I just have to binge all the Audible Escape books.
I'm so sad.
What do y'all think about that? Do you think, like, well, I still haven't really researched it because I've been busy. Like, is the new stuff or whatever is happening, are we okay with it or what? I don't know. Like,
so Oral Fixation did a whole thread on Twitter about why it's happening. And it's basically because authors weren't getting paid enough for it. So they weren't getting good enough kickbacks. And I guess sometimes they were getting bonuses, but only certain authors, and it was never for sure. So it just wasn't beneficial for the authors. So I get it. Like, I get why it's going away. It's just very sad that it is.
Yeah. Because it was like the one for romance readers. I think it was gold. Like it was gold.
It really was.
Yeah.
I wondered, like, you could have something to do with somebody not getting paid. Because I don't know, like, I feel like I have a hate-love relationship with Amazon. Like, you don't want to give them their money, but then there's just certain instances where it's like, you can't not give them their money.
Well, some authors, that's their only way of selling their books. So
yeah.
Especially indie authors. And it's just so easy for authors to publish to Amazon.
Yeah. I hear a lot of times from authors that, or see them post about, Amazon wants me to be exclusive, so I can't, give out the code, or I can't do giveaways for something, or, things like that. Because if I want it to be on other platforms like Barnes and Nobles or Apple or, all those other platforms, I can't be exclusive in Amazon. I guess that's something in their contract. At Amazon, is that if you're exclusive with us, you can't put it out anywhere else. So it's like, they want the widest variety of, promotion, but at the same time, they kind of want to make money. So it's like a double-edged sword.
I'm like, dude, like, some of these like indie authors, like, you work months on a 300-page book, and that shit sells for like $3.99. How much money are you really, like? That's not a lot of money. So I just feel like if you have the opportunity, I think Amazon, I think it's just some shady stuff that we don't know. Because I'm like, how is a book less than a candy bar? Because they're expensive nowadays. They're almost $2, and there's books for like 99 cents.
Well, it's because it's because we don't actually own the books. we're renting the books.
Yeah, you're renting it. Yeah, you're right.
So, it's like, it's almost like how Amazon has now moved to so many third-party
sellers,
distributors for everything else as well. You have to be super careful when you buy from Amazon to see where it's actually coming from. If it's actually coming from Amazon itself, or if it's coming from this place through Amazon, distributed through Amazon type thing, because then that can also sort of change up how you return things, or who you're sending your reviews to. All that stuff plays into it. And Amazon's just a big old monopoly, like someone has said, but it's not so much a monopoly that they're the only ones making money, because they have so many third-party people.
Yeah.
So authors do get paid for Kindle Unlimited. I believe they get paid by the pages read.
Correct.
So like a couple of cents for each page. It's really.
I heard that there's like a big pot of money, and then they all get some from that big pot too.
I think they've revamped that, because
I was like, maybe that's why
that was a big thing, because it was a huge thing with like when Alexa Riley moved from Amazon, or were kicked off, or however you want to look at that, whatever side you want to take on that issue. But it was because people started putting like 2 and 3 books into one book to get their page count up, so that people were still swiping, even though they've now read 3 books without getting, it's all under one title type thing. So
yeah, but I think that like I do have a respect for it, in the sense of like the Kindle, when it came, changed the game, I think, for romance. Like the Kindle came out around the same time that like 50 Shades came out. So really timing for 50 Shades was like, fantastic. So, I mean, I think it's done a lot. It's just really crappy, because you're like, how much money are they really making when a book's like 99 cents? And it's like, why can't it just be in Barnes and Noble? I hate having to order from them, but you're not going to see it in the bookstore.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, and the other sad thing for like Audible Escape for me is that I found so many books that I wouldn't have read if it wasn't on Audible Escape. Like I wouldn't have risked paying the money for it. Even if I could return it, that's fine too, but I still wouldn't have put out the initial money for that. And then I found authors that I loved from it. So
yeah. Girl, by Keelan and Penelope. I was like, who are they?
And they have like everything on there.
They are the sweetest people too. Just throwing that out there.
Of course they are, Steph.
I don't know. I feel like Audible might be getting like a rude awakening, because I don't feel like a lot of people who have Audible Escape are going to be switching to Audible Plus.
I thought that too.
Because I'm not going to be switching to Audible Plus. Like, I might even just cut off my whole Audible subscription, because I'm like, well, my whole point was Audible Escape. I think I'm done. My library has a bunch of audiobooks. Yeah, they're not what I necessarily want, but you're not even going to give me what I want,
Yeah. And then if you have something like Scribd, then
at the same time, they haven't really said what they're moving over, what they're not moving over.
Yeah.
And I have found quite a few audio or romance books in the Audible Plus library, whatever, that weren't in Audible Escape. So like the Hannigan series that I read the 3rd book. And the 3rd book was in Audible Escape, but the first 2 books were in the library for Plus. So I was like, okay. So I got books 1 and 2 through the Audible Plus, and then I got book 3 under Audible Escape. So it kind of worked out so that I could read the whole entire series. But, otherwise I would have either had to buy 1 book or buy 2 books.
And who was it? Alana. I really like Libro FM. My only thing is that when I go into indie bookstores, they usually do not have a romance section. So it's like,
that's true.
I don't know. Like, I support the book people in Austin. And I mean, I'm like, I know I've never went in there and seen a romance section. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna just stick with using the library and Hoopla until something happens. But I thought that I was like, man, they're losing a whole community of people. Like there was a lot,
like a dedicated community of people too.
Yeah.
Only reason I have Kindle Unlimited is for Audible Escape. Only reason.
Because I feel like the romance audiobook community has like, they're even more of a niche group because they love the narrators too. Like they get connected to narrators and they'll just listen to anything one narrator reads. So yeah, it's too bad.
Andy Art for me. I am obsessed with her.
And then there's some series that like you can't find on your library, but Audible Escape has them. Like a lot of authors backlist series and stuff. So it's just like we got to use this month to read them. Otherwise, who knows when you'll find them again.
Yeah. Or if they'll switch over. Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately, there's no alternative to Audible Escape. Yeah. I think Kindle Unlimited, if you can find the ones that have like the audio connected to
the narration.
So sometimes, you can add on the narration for super cheap sometimes.
Yeah.
If you buy it on Kindle, but really there's not, I mean, Scribd, I never know how to say it. They have a decent amount, but not nearly as much as Audible.
Don't get me started on them, okay? Because
what happened?
My last, I don't know if Chloe's still here, but like my last read, you know how you'll be listening to Scribd, and then one day you go on to listen to your book and you can't access it. That's happened. Like I've been in the middle of this same book now for 2 months and I can't access it. And according to Chloe, she's like, you need to email them. They'll tell you to delete the app, re-log in. I'm like, I'm not doing all that when I pay these $10 a month. I should be able to access it. And y'all remember when Scribd started, it was like unlimited. And it's like, you get like 2 books a month.
But they're not clear about how many you get per month either. Exactly. It's just like, suddenly you can't download anymore. Sorry.
I really like Libby. Libby actually has a lot of audiobooks through my library.
And Libby's interface is beautiful. I love that.
Yes.
I got the San Antonio library, the base library, and I use Houston's library.
Nice.
That's awesome.
My Hoopla be on point with the indie author, so I get super geeked about that. I'm like, yes.
Hoopla is great.
Yeah. Yes, Izzy Happy for Now has a whole video on how to, like, all the different ways that you can get other libraries cards, so you can borrow books from them. That's really awesome.
I mean, and if you check out a book from the library, please read it, because they have to like pay for them books all over again after checkouts and stuff. Ashley from Bookish Realm has like a whole library series where she breaks that down, and I'm like, if I get a book, I read it because I know I have to pay for it again.
What was some of our other questions we were going to talk about?
Ranking our books. We already talked about disappointed, talked about favorite.
Did we talk about surprising?
Where'd it go?
I don't think
no.
Right.
We
so
didn't talk about
what was your most surprising reads, everybody?
So mine was Kindred by Kristen Van Dyken, and it's part of the Salvation series as well. But this one is a historical romance, and I was like, how is this author going to tell a historical story about these characters that are already created, right? And come to find out, it was absolutely amazing, first of all. So we find out how one of our main characters from Corinne's series gets his name and like where it comes in his family line and stuff like that. And come to find out, he got his name spelled differently from a female spy during the time of Napoleon. And she was a spy. She was like a badass spy. And then she gets this guy that is a spy in training, and they're training together. And I only gave it 2 Steam fans because it wasn't all that steamy, but it was like steamy for that period of time that the tension was there, and you were like, excuse me, what is going on right now? Talking about a bath and things like that, and you're like, but get in the tub with,
I'm
get
just
in the
shocked
metal
that
tub
you
with
read a
me. I'm like,
historical romance.
I know. I'm shocked.
I read
I'm shocked it was a
historical
historical too.
I read historical romances. Thank you. They're just few and far between.
Same,
But yeah, that was my most surprising. I didn't even care about the historical part of it. I was just like, I want to know about this female spy and how badass she has been, because she was like cat burgling and jumping in the windows and doing all this crazy spy stuff. I was like, yes. And I initially thought, spy, because when she said that she was a spy, I thought it was a different character that ended up marrying a spy in the now, and then when it revealed at the end that it was the namesake for one of the other characters, I was like even more surprised. I was like, yes, this now all makes sense. Oh, you have brought it around. Thank you very much.
So this is a little off topic, but we have less than 30 days till AE ends, and they want to binge all the books, but doesn't know where to start. So 5-star must-read recommendations for Audible Escape. We'll kind of veer off and answer this, and then we'll go back to our...
I might make a whole video, I think, coming up. I don't know. I love Audible Escape a lot. Some recommendations I have, obviously the Pucked series by Helena Hunting. It's great. All six books are on there. The A Promise of Fire series by Amanda Boucher, a fantasy romance trilogy, all 3 books on Audible Escape. And then the female narrator is one of the best narrators of all time. I love her.
That's great.
And then Heidi's Guide to 4-Letter Words. And then Ruby Dixon books.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think all of the Nightwalkers series by Jacqueline Frank that I talk about all the time, if you want a paranormal romance, and this has they're called demons, but they're kind of vampire-ish, but they have all different types of night creatures, and it's so good. I think that whole series is on there. What is her name? The one who wrote Archer's Voice that I always forget her name.
Mia
Sheridan.
Sheridan.
And she's got a ton of books on there.
I ain't read her, Steph. I haven't read her. I just know what she's talking about.
Her voice is so good, though.
And she's such a sweet person, too.
I know somebody that's not at Facebook. I just recommend going on there, whatever subgenre you like, go on there and explore and read up. I done read some elf romances. I never thought I'd be reading about
elf romance.
It was so good.
I think I have a couple of Audible Escape recommendation videos too. And then I also have my Audible Escape to the End TBR of all the books that I want to read that are on Audible Escape.
Yeah, I need to get on it. There's entire series that I want to read. If I don't get on it, then who knows how I'll ever find those books on audio.
I made
if you want some quick reads that are really good and yummy, check out Vanessa Vale's whole polyamorous series that she has on Audible Escape. Also check out Kennedy Fox's books. They're super funny and sexy and fun and cowboy and small town and just loads of antics and stuff like that.
I follow her on TikTok and she's really funny. One of them on TikTok. She's really funny.
Well, it's 2 people, right?
Yeah, I follow
Lyra and Brooke. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then Kenya Wright. Kenya, go if you want some mafia dark craziness. Kenya Wright. Yes.
Is Whitney G on Audible Escape?
She has a couple.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So Whitney G is really good for short books.
I was at work one day listening to Whitney G Audible books, and I worked in an office of all guys, and I was like, oh my God, I hope they can't hear. She's having sex with the boss.
Quite a few books from Brittany C. Cherry are on Audible Escape as well.
Yeah.
On there. I think Melanie Harlow has a couple on Audible.
I think so.
Yeah, she has a couple. So does Corinne Michael. Corinne Michaels has her whole Salvation series on there. So if you want to jump into those before you get into the Society, you don't have to read the series before you read the Society, but it does give a little bit more content or context for it. So
Taylor Jenkins Reid has some on there. Julia Kent, her series, I'm blanking out the series it's called, but it's rom-coms. They're on there. They're hilarious.
Oh, those are the billionaire ones, right? That are like 3 and 4.
Like hasty, feisty. They're all like one word titles. Okay. They're really good. That's all. I don't have too many actually right now downloaded on Audible Escape.
Oh, Emma Scott's books.
Oh my gosh, Emma Scott, yes.
Oh my gosh. Brie and I really like Full Tilt. I need to reread it so I can read the second one because I haven't done that yet.
You haven't read the second one?
No, I haven't. I know.
Wait, let's read it together. I want to experience it again.
A book that nobody else has read but me by Emma Scott that's on AE is Forever Right Now by Emma Scott.
Forever Right Now.
Oh my gosh, it's a single parent romance. And she's like coming back from a troubled past, got out of jail recently, but she's trying to redo her whole life. And it is so good. It's so emotional.
Megan Quinn has a bunch of books on Audible.
Historical mysteries with romance.
I don't read enough historical.
I haven't read this author, but what's her? Deanna Rayborn. She's on Audible Escape, and I think her books fit into that category. I think.
Oh yeah, Kennedy Ryan has some on there.
Some, not all.
Yeah.
I think I read some of the Grip series on Audible Escape.
Grip it. Not the third one, but I think
the third one. I don't even think the third has Audible yet.
Oh, it doesn't have an audiobook?
It doesn't have an audiobook. Or maybe it just came out. I know the third book in the Soul series, which technically is supposed to be read before the Grip series, the third book isn't in audiobook form. So
I think Still finally came out, but it's not on Audible Escape. So I haven't read it.
I think I've seen it on Hoopla, actually, the third book.
Oh, really?
I think a lot of these books are on Hoopla, which is good. Like Emma Scott, I found like all her books on Hoopla. So what I'm doing is if there are certain books that are on Audible Escape right now, but they're on Hoopla, then I'm just going to wait and read those on Hoopla.
Yep.
How many credits do you get, Zay? I only get 4 a month.
I don't get credits.
For Hoopla, you have it unlimited, or like how many can you read a month? Really?
I have unlimited with Hoopla.
Wait, what library do you have, and how do I?
I'm serious. And how do I sign up for your library? Because I thought I was doing something with my 12, but unlimited.
Oh. Okay. I don't get unlimited, but I do kind of cheat the system a little bit. How I do it.
Yeah, do tell.
What I've been doing is if there are certain books that are on Audible Escape, but like, oh, there's this one on Hoopla, then I'll read the one on Audible Escape. But I'll wait till the very end of the month and I'll download a bunch of books. And then right when like the next month starts, I can download them. So I have like lots of books to read.
Oh, I've been doing that. You just wait till the end of the month.
So I don't have unlimited. Technically I don't, but I do get 5, I think, that I have to stop. But I do, that's how I do it. And so I haven't had an issue of running out.
All right.
Because I run out literally like the first week of the month, and then I run out because it's only 6 or something like that.
How long do you get? How long do you get to keep them out?
Tell yourself to wait. Just wait till the end of the month.
Or space them out. How long do you get to keep yours for?
I think 21 days.
Yeah, I think it's 20-ish days.
Okay.
You get a while.
I think we're all on the 21 day.
Oh, no, I just use Libby and I have unlimited.
But you have to wait until they're available, though, right?
Yeah, most of the time I don't have an issue, though, unless they're like super duper popular, like The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo or something like that. Most of the time, I just can download them right there off,
Wow. But does Libby have a bunch of indie authors, or are they more traditional? 'Cause that's what I found.
I don't know. There's some indie authors. Like I found all of Emma Chase's like Royally series on there. It just depends on the author and what like this author has or what the library has gotten, you know? So
I think Libby, it depends on what your specific library has though. I think they have to own it.
It's the same with Hoopla. It's the same with Hoopla.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. Because unless you're signed into Hoopla some other way, it depends on what your library gets through Hoopla. They have an unlimited offering. Like I think anything that you can find an audiobook for, they're able to get it, but your library has to pick it up. So,
I need to put in some requests. This is stuff they don't have.
Yeah, I was super thankful when not about quarantine, but that our library system was like, oh, you're going to be on quarantine. We're going to up your digital profiles and give you guys 12 books. And I was like,
yes! Not us. Okay.
I was so excited.
Still get 4.
I will say with how like Amazon is and everything like that, I will say when like Harvey hit here like a couple years ago, like Audible sent like everybody in Houston like 3 free credits because they were like, we don't want you worrying about having to pay us during this horrible time, so here you go. So
that's kind of cool.
That was really nice.
We're just spoiled. We like to be able to access our romances. Quarantine.
Yeah, like somebody just said, they were shocked that their library had Fiona Cole, Dylan Allen, Kennedy Ryan. Definitely. I mean, I found my Hoopla ended up having Lexi C. Foss, who is an independent paranormal romance author and things like that, where I would have had to pay for them on Audible because they weren't in the escape package, but they're available on Hoopla. And I was like, I'm going to listen to them. And then I'm also going to read them because they're on Kindle Unlimited. And then I loved them. And I was like, gotta buy them now. So now I have them in all forms. So it's just crazy.
Who here is from Texas? Almost half.
Avery's in Houston.
Well, not right now, but also not anymore. My parents just bought a house in Belleville, so I won't be living in Houston anymore.
You won't be living in Where's Belleville?
I don't know, it's an hour from here, College Station, so.
Okay.
I'm
in San Antonio.
Heather's trying to take credit. Actually, Heather, yes, you may have found her first, but I read Lexi because I was part of the art team for the Sinister Fairy Tale collection.
Read Lexi, Heather, because she met her in the bathroom at a signing one time, and Lexi signed a paper towel for her.
Oh my God.
Met everybody, Heather. Yes, we will have to go have coffee when the world is normal. I want to read Ruby Dixon, y'all. I still haven't read her.
My goodness.
You need to read the Fire Blood Dragon series. Oh my gosh.
I just read the first book in the Anchor and Aspects. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I need to read book 2.
I'm writing this down.
It's real. It's 600 pages. Each book in that series is like 600 pages. They're fantasy romance. They're not sci-fi romance. They're fantasy romance, and they're really good. They're really long. They're really slow burn. It has to do with gods and.
See, you just had me cross that one all off. I'm like, nope.
I'm like, yeah, slow burn, give it to me.
Slow burn, fantasy, I'm out.
I love those. That's what a promise of fire is.
Did you read the Blood and Ashes or whatever it's called?
No, I want to, but I know
you read it.
I'm obsessed. It's my life. I'm obsessed with it so much.
I think I'm going to read it now, y'all, because Sarah McLean's podcast, they talked about it, and I was like, I need to read this book, but it's like really big.
I listened to it on audio. It was really good on audio. I couldn't have read it without it because the first part is really, really slow.
Really?
But I'm also just sitting. Yeah, it's really slow.
I hated it. I DNF'd it and then trashed it.
Really?
What's it called?
You couldn't even read the book?
I understand. It's not. I don't think it's for everyone. But I'm also new to fantasy. Like I'm just now getting back into it. I haven't read it in years.
What point did you like really get into it? Like
what made me get into it? At first, I was like, okay, you know, it's all right. I loved what it was about. It was very intriguing. But then like crazy stuff started happening and got very action packed. And the romance is fire. I love the romance. Like, yes. So halfway through it, I think you can get into it, but you got to stick with it. And I recommend the audio for sure.
So stick with it.
Unlike stuff.
But I understand why you wouldn't like it. It's not for everyone, I don't think.
Yeah.
But then again,
they were talking about like the hero, like you will not like him for a long time, but eventually it just all works. And I was like, okay, I need to read the book.
You need to read it.
What's the title, Zay?
From Blood and Ash.
From Blood and Ash. Okay.
By Jennifer L. Armentrout. I love her so much.
Deja said the romance. Oh my god.
Oh wait. Oh, I'm thinking about the wrong book then.
Oh, what are you thinking about?
Wait, I thought you guys were talking about the Mila Vale one.
Isn't that what we're talking about? Which one?
No, I thought we were talking about From Blood and Ash.
We talking about the one with the guy on the cover with it looks like some wolf skin.
No, we're talking about another
two
one.
different books then.
Yeah, that sounds like
great.
Yeah. They have similar names, I think.
Like a blood hand job and
it's something crazy. Yeah. Yes, Bree, you didn't get to that part. But yes, there is some kind of bloody hand job that ends up happening, and I didn't make it that far. I've just heard other people talk about it. No.
It's not what you think.
But
it's
no, that's not what I'm talking about.
Everybody read. We're all gonna read it at the beginning of the year.
No, not me. No.
True.
We had them mixed up. A Heart of Blood and Ashes. Thank you, Izzy.
There we go.
Okay. No, I think I read that one.
You read it, Bree?
Yeah, I liked it. I don't remember the blood hand job though. I missed it.
I don't know. The narrator's voice annoyed me, and it was slow. It had Game of Thrones issues going. I'm like, nah, I'm good. No, too much.
Yeah, the narrator can definitely make or break it. Within 5 minutes, if I'm like, I do not like this author, or this narrator, I'll be like, nope, done. Not
definitely,
absolutely. But everyone should still read From Blood and Ash by Jennifer.
Yes,
I'll get on that one. I will get on that one because I like Jen. She's nice.
Jen.
Jen, Jen, who's up in West Virginia, Jen.
Oh my God. Going for smoothies and walks around the square. Oh, Deja said From Blood and Ash is her baby. Okay.
I have a JLA recommendation.
There's a smutty erotica fantasy series that I've only read 2 from before.
Okay.
Maxine Mansfield's The Academy series. Is this a
the
problem with Forever?
This one has a selective mute heroine.
What?
Oh. Yeah. It's kind of like new adult / YA. It's not an adult romance. It takes place in high school. Just by the way, there's no graphic stuff going on though. Just
Yeah.
And this is one of my favorite contemporary books of all time though. It's amazing.
Oh, high praise.
I'm adding it.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you.
Sketch Lab is the best.
YA I see, like, I feel like I don't see a lot of YA contemporary romance. Like, everything is like super like fantasy or dealing with like real life social stuff. It's really awesome to see. And then I just be sitting here like, can I get a YA romance, like rom-com?
Maybe try Sandhya Menon. I've heard her books are really good, and they're like sweet contemporary YA books.
Is that the Pinky?
That's
Pinky
what
and yeah,
Dimple.
when Dimple met Rishi. I
those
have
were really cute. I did like those.
Those are cute.
I have something about Sweetie on my TBR shelf because that one sounds really good. Because that's plus size rep, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is very much plus size rep. Can we talk 5-star must read Mafia? Kenya, right? Kenya, right? Kenya, right?
Steph has been raving about Kenya, right?
Kenya, right? Oh my goodness! Yes.
Winter's right, right?
Unlimited
Too.
Yes. Kindle Unlimited, yes. Because I have her duet that's sort of in the same world that I'm like, I need to read it, but I want to like savor it and wait. And yeah, but Kenya.
I don't think I'm not sleep at night reading these mafia romances. Like, I don't want to get kidnapped.
Okay, y'all. One that's really, really, really good is Sweet Temptations by Cora Riley. It is so good. It's amazing.
I keep hearing about it, but I haven't read that one.
It's so good. This like
I need to.
Our heroine, like, she like is 18. And this man is an age gap, so he's like 30 or something. His wife just died, and like in the mafia world, if you have kids, like you need a wife to come take care of the kids. And so he like basically gets in an arranged marriage with her, and like she helps become a mom. And like the little boy is mute; he hasn't said a word since his mom has died, and it's just so sweet and cute. But there are also very serious parts because it's a mafia.
I'm always so amazed. I'm like, Avery's our sweet friend, and she reads like the darkest, craziest alien stuff.
I read everything.
But mostly smutty alien.
Most smutty aliens on farms. Oh my gosh. We had I've never read Sophie. Somebody said Sophie Kinsella. I've never read Sophie Kinsella.
I've only watched the movie. What is it? Confessions of a Shopaholic or whatever. I've only watched the movie. I didn't read the book.
I was obsessed with those movies in middle school. Oh my gosh, I loved them.
Thanks for making us feel like grown folks, Avery.
Naima
and I are the babies of the group, okay?
And Deja too.
Yeah.
Deja is like legit.
Yeah, she's still in high school.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna get Deja some Babysitters Club graphic novels. Our sweet baby Deja.
We have to monitor what she reads.
By the way, Deja, I was talking about you in today's video, even though I said they, and I wasn't giving your, name or anything. I'm letting you know that I was talking about you.
He was 18? Oh, you can buy cigarettes.
Oh my God! I thought you were a little older, Naima. Wow, like that.
Because remember, I used to be the baby, and then Naima came. We had a whole conversation about me being the baby of the group.
That's a good girl, Deja. I wish I read romance when I was a teenager. I didn't. I wish I did. Like, if I could go back, I would. I had that Sophie Kinsella, and I never read it, and then I unhauled it.
Then again, I don't know that everything that, I don't think I would love it as much if I had started reading back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I always think, I'm like, what was in the stores when I was a teenage, like what romance was out? I don't even know.
Oh, it's true.
So true. Very true.
I mean, of course, like Queen Nora was out and Queen Bev, but you didn't know who they were if you didn't have somebody in your family that read romance.
Right.
Yeah. So true.
No, I just got onto it because I think each year that I was in high school, I think like sophomore, junior, and then senior year was a new ACOTAR book. And then Sarah J. Maas got me hooked on to other things. So. The year was when I dipped my toe. I jumped in that pool
and never came out.
You know, Sarah is pretty awesome too. No, I'm joking.
You were Sarah, and I didn't.
I can't wait for the day when like somebody has an acknowledgement and Steph's romance book talk.
Oh my gosh.
I've actually made it into one. And I don't even think I own the book.
What?
I've actually been in somebody's acknowledgments before. I want to
say when you order their books from them, are they more expensive than if you order them off Amazon?
That's a good question.
Really?
No, they are not. Sometimes they, because I follow them so heavily, like some of them I like stalk and things like that. Like Megan
Truth comes out.
Megan or Megan Quinn. Look, I'm like Megan.
Meg.
Oh, wait a minute, Queen Bev is calling.
But I'm in some private author groups, so they'll be like, "Hey, I'm doing here's my form. Order books, and I'll do a bundle, or I'll put them on sale type thing." So it's kind of a perk to being in their group, sort of thing. Or because of COVID, a lot of them are like, I have all these books that were supposed to be at signings, and since all the signings got canceled, hey, here's the form. I'm going to do this signing and, order your books type thing. And then I'll do bundles. So, yeah. Which reminds me, I need to reach out to another author. It has been the day of reaching out to authors to find out where my books are. Because I just ordered some for Fiona Cole.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, the readathon is done, but you can still post your bingo boards and stuff. Make sure you use the hashtag so I can see it and enter you into the drawing.
I'm a little sad I didn't get blackout, but
if y'all ever need an excuse to just read some Kindle books, hit us up. I mean,
yeah, definitely.
We can do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
can we get a podcast?
That'd be fun.
I know.
Oh,
yeah,
be careful what
so
you ask for. Yeah, there are so many podcasts. That's what's like, do we really want to try that?
And I love them. They are doing their thing.
So
there's I've been obsessed with, of course I love Fate and Mates, but like there's one now called the Black Romance Podcast, and it's like an oral history of like the Black authors. So like Beverly Jenkins has been on there, Brenda Jackson's been on there, and it's just so interesting like to hear them say like, I worked on this book and they wouldn't take it because the characters were Black, but they like just like, I'll just hold on to it, somebody will take it evetually, and then eventually it did. And it's like, dude, you idiot, turned down Beverly Jenkins. Like, and now she's Beverly Jenkins. There's the romance, I think, podcasts and authors, we just have the best out of all the genres, I think, because we are just really well taken care of, I think. Yeah, Danny, check out that one, the Black Romance Podcast. They only have like 6 episodes, and she is a professor, so she does a lot of research. Fate and Mates, Sarah McLean's, is awesome. I love them. Wicked Wallflowers, they do a lot of author interviews. so they're focusing on now, and like Black Romance Podcast is focusing on back in the day. There's a lot. So yeah. And Steph listens to Read Me Romance, and they read romance novels to you. So there's a little bit of everything.
Steph, I wanted to get into Read Me Romance, but like I feel weird just starting at now. Should I start all the way at the beginning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they got a YouTube, right?
Yeah, they now have a YouTube channel where they're doing the podcast, but they're actually videotaping at the same time, and they're kind of branching out. They have a book club, and they're doing more things. But yeah, I would definitely suggest going back to the beginning, because some of the banter between Tessa Bailey and Alexa Riley are integral to understand some of the newer banter if you haven't been with them. So then it kind of throws it out. Or you could just listen to the books. They do about 30 minutes before and like maybe 5 or 10 after the book is over. But it's very clear where the audiobook starts and where they sort of end their chatting. So you could like speed through the first half of it and be like, okay, this is where they stop chatting, and this is the book that I want to listen to. Okay. So there's ways to get into it. If you just want to listen to the books, which are all professionally narrated. It's not Alexa Riley and Tessa Bailey reading them to you. It's actual professional narrators reading to you. So
their intro is a bop. I remember the one that I listened to, I had it like sped up, so it was like read romance.
That's why I always sound like that when I like say it in my videos, is because I listen to it sped up. I listen to the entire podcast at 1.5 to 2 times speed. I do not listen to it at 1 time speed at all whatsoever. So it's always fast for me. So I be jamming. I be like, you can take a book, gonna look at yes. Read me romance. Read me romance.
Oh my gosh. I thought of another one. It's called Shelf Love, and this season, it's on the 2nd season, and the host Andrea Martucci, she's like the most recent episode. There's actual like people study romance, which I did not know was a thing, but like there's actually a guy, his name's Eric Selinger, and her latest episode is with him, and he's a professor that like studies the romance genre. And so that's what this season is, like just little things that we as the readers, I don't think notice, like the different, like, you know how you look at some old titles and like the name is like really big and bubbly on the old historicals, like that actually means something, because that's when it became more about the author's name versus like the publishing house and stuff like. So if you're like into nerdy stuff like that, whoever asked Danny, that podcast is really, really good. The first season, she had tons of interviews like Rebecca Weatherspoon and Alyssa Cole and all of that. And then this season is more of like where romance has come to where it is now, which I think is really cool.
I read my first Alyssa Cole during this readathon. It was really good.
Was it Candle Love? A lot of people read that one. Recommended.
It was Let It Shine.
Oh, that's the Jewish and Black woman, right?
It's the one set in the 60s or the 50s.
Yeah.
I think is it the Harlem Renaissance?
No, that one
is
the
civil rights one, the civil rights era one.
Yes. Yeah. It was really good. The audiobook is on Audible Escape.
Ooh.
Alyssa Cole can do no wrong. I think she's
great.
I love how she's like, I'm gonna write whatever I want to write.
Yeah, even though I hated the thriller, just because it's me and I didn't like the thriller, it's gonna work for someone. Someone that likes thrillers is going to enjoy that book like immensely. Seriously.
And that's why I haven't read it, because I'm like, I don't really read thrillers.
It's definite. Like, my comparison is, if you like the movie Get Out by Jordan Peele, you're gonna really enjoy when no one is watching by Alyssa Cole. That's the
That's what
feeling.
it's compared to. I think that's what they compared it to.
Yeah.
I don't do scary stuff. No scary stuff. No.
Sports romance recommendation.
Stay far, far away from that book then. Like, I cringe.
Is it scary?
Yes. Yes.
That was really scary.
Okay.
Thank you.
Y'all know that I don't do bugs, right? Like, at all.
No.
There is bugs. There is a bug. There is a bug. There's a couple bug scenes. And
in the book.
Oh, just thinking about it. Just oh god.
Did they roach you?
No.
There's a lot. There's a
I
lot.
don't mess with bugs either.
I don't do roaches.
There's roaches and there's bed bugs.
Oh no. I can't read it.
Yeah.
Romance recommendation.
Before.
Oh, sports romance. Oh goodness. So you liked Megan Quinn's baseball series. I love them. They're favorites of mine. So check out Alexa Martin's football series. The playbook series, I believe. Yes. Helena Hunting's Pucked series. Who else has a great
Bergman Brothers. Is that all sports romance, the Bergman Brothers series? Or only one?
So second book. Yeah, it does have sports, has hockey.
Okay, awesome.
Nice?
Yeah, that one. Mariana Zapata, if you like slow burns and you like
only if you like slow burn.
And if you like 900
slow burn lovers video.
Okay.
I love that.
Amy
love
Dawes.
videos.
Amy Dawes, the Harris brothers. European football.
Serena Bowen, because there's her hockey series, but then there's also The Year We Fell Down, which was really good. That's a new adult college one.
Brooklyn Air is my favorite of all time.
Yeah. There's somebody else. Who else is there?
The Bromance Book Club is they have a bunch of
there's some baseball in there, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
girl, you just got to go on Goodreads. You got shelves for everything. Somebody's got a sports romance folder.
Yeah.
Alana said, do we have any authors we're avoiding because of something they said or did? Who is Karen Rainey?
Megan March.
Oh yeah.
No Megan March.
I used to read Megan March, and then everything happened. I was like, nope.
Who's Megan March?
She writes a lot of like billionaire type books.
She has some mafia books. I read one book by her and I didn't love it.
No, my life.
She also is a money grabber. She likes to break down her books into trilogies that don't need to be into trilogies.
Yeah,
or duets
no, I agree with
that
you.
Don't need to be duets.
I agree.
Ridiculous.
I don't think I'll ever read another Mackenzie Lee book.
Jamie McGuire. Trash.
Oh, yeah, I know about Jamie McGuire. You started showing out right after somebody sent me her book in the mail a couple of years ago.
No.
Like,
yeah. Nicholas Sparks. Don't read him anymore. He's not romance, but don't read him anymore. Too. He's a racist prick. Let's see.
Oh, okay, I haven't read any Megan March.
Yes, somebody. So for sports romance, to go back just a quick minute, somebody's putting in Kennedy Ryan in Hoop series.
Yeah, Hoop series, sure, absolutely,
is definitely good because you have a basketball player. Well, you have two basketball players and then a sports agent. Are those three books? Ooh. But those are definite realistic contemporary books that deal with some very hard issues in each one of the books. So be very mindful that it may get you emotionally in some way or another in all three books.
Look, I read Long Shot in one sitting. I put my headphones on and I was like, I'm not going to stop mopping the floor until I'm done. And I'm still on a break. I still haven't moved on to the next book.
The next book is intense. I don't know.
When I couldn't finish out that belt, I felt it. And I'm like, I need a break.
I haven't read it yet.
I couldn't finish that. It was too heavy for me. It was too much. I was like, I can't handle this.
That's one of them like 3 times speed, Just let it go until it's done. Because if I would have put it down, I probably wouldn't have picked it back up.
Yeah.
But when you finish, you're like, okay, that was good. Have you ever bought a book because the model was hot?
Marriage for One, the cover of that one.
Sadly, yes.
Well, Steph sent me Long Shot, but that boy on that cover is so fine.
Yes.
He is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I know the main reason why I picked up Radiance by Grace Draven was because of the beautiful.
Yeah, that one is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I think I actually listened to Long Shot on Audible Escape.
I think it is on there. I think
it is. Yeah.
So this model right here was at the signing, and yeah, he's real hot. He's a first
name?
trap. I don't know his name.
You trick him like a piece of meat, but you can't even see his face.
He's a thirst trap. Thirst trap.
Can't even see his face.
Thirst trap. Straight thirst trap. That's how I got these books. Thirst trap. Thirst trap. Right there.
Brie, I watched your Zoom video with your sister, and you talked about you meeting one of it's something with the male models or whatever. Made me laugh so hard. That's oh my gosh.
Okay, so here's the story.
What had happened was
so the models stand, they stand with the author and everything. And I was getting my book signed by the author, and he comes up and he hands me his poster of him on it. But on the poster, his full-on pubes are out, and I'm just like, just like looking back and forth. I'm like, you just handed a picture of your pubes to me.
What am I supposed to do with this?
I'm just so awkward right now. But also, please sign it.
I've also met BT, your realist.
Oh yeah,
or whatever.
I've met him too.
So yeah,
He's cute.
He's super cute.
From the side. No, I can't. I think that the boy on Long Shot, he's
really good.
I don't need to see anybody else. That
Archer's voice, the one with the man on the cover, you just see his back. Just his back.
It's a good back.
That's a nice back.
Here, I'm pulling it up.
Yeah. Wait, we need to show Long Shot too, because you have to see what Bree's talking about.
Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I got you.
Oh, you got it.
I got it.
Yes.
There he is. There he is. Look at that back. Put the Matchbox cars on that back.
Yes. I like the guy who's on Lance's book on the Puff series.
I have another cover. Wait.
We have now moved to cover time.
Oh, the Rebel King. Yeah, those covers are Kennedy Dragons. Her covers are all pretty.
The Emma Chase is really good.
I like
Oh yeah, they're calling me out. I mentioned Archer's voice in like every single one of my videos. Long Shot is by Kennedy Ryan.
Bree, so what's your next video gonna be? Like
my next video?
Rom-com Lover's Guide.
I love that one.
No.
Look at that.
Yes.
I love that cover.
That one.
The Swooner's Guide to Covers.
Yes.
So
Hot guys on covers, book recommendation.
Those books are so pretty.
This is so classic, like classic Hollywood.
Yes.
Yeah. Love it. This model, or is it?
What's that series Corinne Michaels is writing? Because I like those covers too.
Oh, which one is that?
I think you had one. It's just like the guy on the cover, which they are very handsome. But there's something, they're kind of simple, and there's just something about them that I like. Swoon-worthy covers, Bree.
Swoon-worthy covers. Yes.
The Swooners guide.
We still need to do the cringy ones.
Like books that have cringy covers but awesome stories.
Yeah.
this one?
Yep.
Oh, this is the Arrowwood
God.
series. Love them. Love them. Love them.
I need to start buying those. Indie books are so expensive.
They are. They are. You got to be ready to drop $15 and then $3 for shipping. So
yeah,
this guy right here, I put him in a reel. I did this book for the cover or whatever. I think it was for my Fire on Fire by Sam Smith. It's the cover of all the faces, or the covers with faces and tense looks or whatever. And he wrote on my reel, was like, "Hey, that's me." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed the book." And he's like, "No, that is me, the cover model." And I went and looked at his page and was like, "Oh my God, you're amazing." See, I'm not the only one that stalks people, guys.
So the models are now BFFs with her too.
What type of covers do you prefer on your book? Don't get me started, because to me, the cringier the cover, usually the better. I don't care.
Those covers for the lesbian novellas are pretty.
They're horrible. I love the pretty like illustrated covers, but I also think they're super misleading. So I don't care. I'm in the middle on the cover discussion. I don't care either way.
I love Autumn Gray's covers.
Yes,
so
those
pretty.
are beautiful.
They're stunning in person too.
Beautiful.
Autumn Gray. Let me
Yes.
She's my fave. I love her.
She's a
Her
black
books are
author.
long. Yes, she's a black author.
I don't know how to spell that.
Actually, Autumn and I were very good friends. Me and Autumn.
No, Autumn.
Are her books on AE, Bree?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I
want to read
have one of her books downloaded.
They're on
before.
Kindle Unlimited though.
Fallback
She
Skyward
is.
on there?
I don't know if Fallback Skyward is, but her Grace Trilogy.
You already had it downloaded.
Yes. That one,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
a good one too.
Yeah, that's on Hoopla. I'm gonna listen to that
Is
one.
it?
Yeah, that's on Hoopla. The first and the second one. Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I know the third audiobook hasn't come out yet. It's not coming out till 2021, and I might die in the meantime.
I remember you saying that.
So that series, it does end on a cliffhanger. Well, not the whole series, but each book ends on a cliffhanger, and then like once you get the trilogy together, it has everything. But I'm just fair warning.
Kindle Unlimited.
Oh,
But the third book is on Kindle Unlimited. It's just the audiobooks aren't out yet.
Are they
Okay.
sad books?
They are not sad. They can be somewhat emotional, but not like sad, not like cry your eyes out sad.
Okay.
I just added it to my library.
Brie doesn't trust me.
What price is too much for an ebook, girl?
If it's more than $5, I won't buy it.
yeah, that's me.
Yeah, because I'll just buy the physical book if it's more than
Yeah.
$5.
Yep.
Right. Exactly.
Or audiobook, yeah.
Mine all depends on which author it is, because I have some auto-buy authors that I will drop $7.99 on a book without even blinking an eye. Oh, Megan Quinn has another auto-buy. How much was that book? No.
More than the physical book, and I'm like,
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's just absolutely crazy. Most of the indie produced authors that I like will auto buy from. I don't think I've paid anything over $5.99 for a book. I think K.A. Lindy is maybe one of the rare ones that I'll drop $7.99 for one of her books, and she's indie, but I'll auto buy it because I love her. So
I just love when it's like not that expensive, and then buying the ebook makes the audiobook $7.49. I'm like,
yep.
I do the same thing.
Oh, you
know
want
what,
to cry? Somebody wants to cry?
I know who Steph's gonna pick.
You need to go and buy
Rebecca Yarros, Jesus.
and read Rebecca Yarros. If you want to cry and feel some pain, call Rebecca and let her tear you apart right there. all this.
Girl, when you did that, like your Sunday wrap up, and you was talking about Rebecca, y'all, and you started crying. I'm crying, and I'm like, why am I crying over this? I have never even read this book. You were crying about the book.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The Last Letter is the saddest book I've ever read in my life.
Oh my
Really?
It
is sad.
The Last Letter is
Tell
so
me you want to cry.
sad.
It is definitely sad. It's
I love
definitely
to cry. So I love it.
So, but it's I don't know that I would say it's the saddest. What? No. Now that I just thought about that, yes. And this one that I just read, the Bared Souls one that I did the live for, because it gets worse after that moment. And
Don't
then by the end, what was that?
Don't start crying on the live.
Oh, I'm not gonna cry on the live. But y'all might see some tears in my vlog for this week that I need to put together, because that clip is not cute. I already know. I haven't even re-looked at that clip. I just know I'm just gonna clip it in, cut the beginning, cut the end, and just gonna let it play. I'm not even gonna play it. I'm not gonna try and edit that clip. I'm just gonna put it in there. That's it.
What?
Too much.
Oh, she said too many tears. Okay.
Heartbreak Warfare is another one that, as a matter of fact, for that review
week,
I
want that one. Let me add
for that review week. That
might be on Audible Escape.
Is that the military one?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I want that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And it has a beautiful army man on it as well.
Yes, girl. I'm
right
looking
there.
at him right now.
I think it's on Hoopla.
Yes.
It's on Hoopla. I've seen it on Hoopla.
Mm-hmm.
That's another one that I think for that one, for me, it was more about some of the things in the arc, because I read it as an arc, that needed to be changed, that I hope got changed. I think they got changed. When it came to some of the accuracies of different military terms and things like that. And it took me a while, but during that week's wrap up, I want to say it's like a 15-minute section where I'm just like, this is a spoiler section. So if you don't want to hear me talk about the book, and in that section, I like bawl and it's not cute. And yeah, that's definitely a cry book too.
Heather said she runs away from emotions. The rom-coms. All right, I'm gonna try it though. I'm gonna try it because that cover is gorgeous and it sounds good.
Yeah.
So an arc is an advanced reader's copy.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Sorry about that.
Reading the book early. Mm-hmm. Do you have any favorite romantic suspense? Trying to read more with Halloween coming up.
I don't read suspense books, so I don't have an answer.
I have a whole video coming out soon, so I'm not going to spoil it for y'all. Sorry.
Romantic suspense, I think, is the subgenre for most of us that we like want to read more of, but we don't. I don't know.
I think I've read one romantic suspense, and it was the one Jennifer L. Armentrout book that I don't like.
Which one is that?
Till Death, maybe?
Oh, I haven't even read it.
It's the one with the red flowers on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I will say for Harissa, Sarah from The Bookish Knitter, she reads a lot of romantic suspense, so find one of her videos.
I keep forgetting she changed her name.
So yeah, I keep wanting to say steeped in books, and I'm like, that's not her. I do read Christine Feehan. It's like paranormal romance and suspense. So if you don't mind a little bit of paranormal stuff in there, then her Sea Haven series, I've been making my way through that, and it's good. It's pretty suspenseful, and I think it's hard to balance suspense and romance. I think that's why I don't read that so much, but she does a pretty good job.
I liked the Edge series by C.D. Reese. That's probably the only one. Because otherwise, when I read romantic suspense, I just want to get to the romance and I don't care about the suspense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, but like, what about the romance?
I do have an author for you that does some dark and some suspense, but she's very particular in what you may like. But my good friend Alethea.
Yeah.
Oh, we know that's your home girl there.
Does very good romantic suspense, twisted psychological craziness. You have her Consequences series, which starts out as a psychological thriller, then turns into a romantic suspense by the 5th book of that one. Then her Sparrow World, which is 3 different trilogies at this moment, and the 4th trilogy comes out here shortly, which I'll be talking about soon, I'm sure.
I'll drop them off at Steph's house.
And her Infidelity series, it's not about cheating. The series is just called that. There is like, I wouldn't even say questionable, but like an aspect of, are you cheating on yourself? Are you sort of, living a lie sort of cheating type thing going on there in the intricacies of that story or series, which, fun fact, all of those books go from A to F in the titles. And they're also, whatchamacallit, Charles's favorite thing. They're all one-word titles. So she's also my queen of one-word titles. I love her for that. Yes.
I like her because I did a video where I had friends recommend books to me. So Steph made me read an Alethea romance, but thankfully it was not.
It was her light series.
It was her light series, and it was really good. It was sweet and cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you write
about dark romance? Are we talking like kidnapping and stuff?
I know.
I should go ask Jen. Jen would probably know.
Do you consider Shanora Williams like a dark romance author?
She has a couple of dark books.
I've read one, and it felt.
Which one did you read from her? Tainted Black?
My brother's fiance.
I haven't read that one. So I would consider Tainted Black, if I'm remembering correctly, Tainted Black by Shanora Williams and Doomsday Love kind of on the dark side.
Okay.
So yeah.
What about, is Kenya Wright? Does she write? Would you consider The Butcher and the Violinist dark?
Yes, that whole series, a spinoff to yes, okay. That would definitely be dark romance because there's some killing and some kidnapping and some murder and mafia and craziness that happens all up in that piece.
I know Zay and I have chatted like we were trying to find new Black romance authors, but like I don't see a lot of dark stuff. It's just like
super light and cute. Yeah, I don't read dark romance, guys. I'm such a scaredy cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I would also say check out Allie Martinez. She's not a Black author, but she is a AOC. So
I got a book by her.
She has some kind of twisted, almost like I guess I would probably put her in some romantic suspense. There's quite a few of her books that are more romantic suspense than anything else. Like her Retrieval series or Duet. It's Retrieval and Transfer. There's a romantic suspense portion of that one. The Darkest Sunrise and the Brightest Sunset. There's a bit of a romantic suspense aspect to it. Some things end up happening and you're like at the end of the first book and then you're like, I need the second book. I arc read for that one and I was just like, I need you. And I had to like wait a week. So a week's not long, but I was like, I need you to, yeah. So Do we really want to talk about this one right here?
No, I knew it.
I don't. Yeah, y'all saw. I was not looking until I'm gonna let y'all talk about that one. Y'all can talk about that one.
Steph isn't a fan of BB Reed. To whomever, yes, I do have a good reads. Alana, my wine bottle didn't have to have the screw. I just opened it. Thank God, because I don't know how to use the screw. Oh, Maima loves BB Reed.
And I can understand why Miss 18-year-old reading about 18-year-olds. You know,
such an age. It's an ageist.
Yup. This grown folk don't like that type of stuff.
Oh, she's the one you told me. Yeah, I remember. Yes, there was something in her books that you didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why. There's just some stuff that as a mom, I'm like, I don't know if this is okay, but you don't want to censor anybody's creativity, right? That's everybody's thing. Don't censor me. Okay. Yep. But I don't have to read it.
Exactly. She can continue to write it. People can continue to love it. But if she shows up in an event, I'm not getting into her line to see her. I'll wave at her from afar.
I want to just get on in one day and actually like read some of this stuff though. I mean, you can see some of the trash lesbian novellas that I read. Okay. I should try a BB Read. It can't get any worse than, some of the trash I've already read.
And what's bad is that the one BB Read that I would like, or that I did like, was when I listened to on the podcast, Read Me Romance. Read Me Romance. So yeah, and then I was like, oh, I like this. And then I tried the series that goes with the book, and I was like, why she gotta be 16? Why he gotta be 18? Why he gotta practically rape her and have homeboy that's like 30 years old watching? Why?
Oh no.
Why?
No, thank you.
We've come a long way, okay? What is the funniest historical you've ever read?
Tessa Dare.
Yeah, I was just going to say Tessa
Dare.
Tessa Dare is funny. I just read the third book in the Ravenelle series, the one with Pandora as the main character, and she is so funny. She's the one that doesn't want to get married. She just wants to make board games for a living.
That's cute.
She's so funny. I love her.
Ooh, there's another. Oh, Lauren Smith is an amazing historical romance writer as well. And I listened to The Shadows of Stormcliff, which you guys were looking for whatchamacallit, things to read like now that are spooky. This one is sort of gothic romance. That's what I was looking for. Gothic romance. Yes, this one.
The ultimate gothic romance is Jane Eyre and Wuthering Heights. Those are my babies.
OG.
Oh, okay. Never read them.
There's like a Jane Eyre readathon going on this one. I was like, maybe I can read
Is
it.
there really?
I have never heard of that. What?
There's a whole community on BookTube called the Classics Community, guys. They are doing Booktober this month. I was so tempted, but I'm rereading Rebecca this month. So I was like, I can't do both. I can't.
See, I need to read Rebecca. I haven't read Rebecca yet.
That was on sale.
That
was on sale for like $3.95 for one of the Audible deals one day, and I was like, "Bree's always talking about this." One click.
Well, Netflix. Well, right now Netflix is making another adaptation of it, and I think that's why you're seeing it everywhere. I'm excited for it. It comes out this month, but the Alfred Hitchcock adapted it years ago, and I think it's one of the best book to movie adaptations I've ever seen. So I'm sure this one's going to be a lot more sexy and all that, and it'll be nice to read. But I'm like, don't ruin it. Lesbian romances. A lot of the stuff that I read, I don't take seriously. Okay, so I feel bad for recommending. I've been reading this author named Martha Ray. I swear I feel like it's a guy writing as a girl because it feels different. It feels very like dude bro fantasy of like what you would think two women would be doing together versus like it feels like a woman wrote this. I'm real determined to find out if it's a guy or not. But yeah, there's a ton on Kindle Unlimited. Just go on there and search Martha Ray and then get recommendations based off that author. That's what I've been doing.
Nice.
All right, guys. So it's been 2 hours. Thank you so freaking much for helping me host this. I feel like it was such a success. I was so excited to see everyone's posts and everything.
Yay!
Yay. I feel like everyone was very successful. I saw a lot of bingos on those bingo boards.
Definitely. Definitely.
When did I say I was going to announce the winners?
October 10th.
Okay.
I believe it was.
Yeah. Yeah. That way people have time to post their wrap-ups if they want to do wrap-ups and all of that stuff. So thank you guys so much for participating. Thank you for hosting with me. We'll have to do it again, like another.
Yay! Definitely.
Y'all just let us know if we need to do like a weekend random one or whatever. Like, I always got books that I need to read. So
yeah, maybe we'll do a weekend one next, and then we can rotate between weekends and week-long ones.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.